coronavirus.
The spread of COVID-19.
To coronavirus.
Fight against COVID-19.
Sounds familiar? I'm sure you've all seen or read about coronavirus and COVID-19, but there still seems to be a lot of misinformation and misunderstanding about this topic. Okay, for example, which of these is right? Are we in the middle of a coronavirus pandemic? Or have we just discovered a new strain of COVID-19? Well, my fellow Whizz kids, in this episode, we will help answer these questions. So let's start from the beginning. What is coronavirus? Okay, I'm going to put a quick disclaimer. This video is going to contain a lot of long words, abbreviations, and quite frankly, the most unimaginative naming schemes you can think of. But bear with me, I'm going to do my best to break it down and make it as simple as possible. So, coronavirus, it's the general name for a large family of viruses that have similar properties, characteristics, or morphologies. We actually covered this in episode 2, so to give that a watch, just click the banner in the top right corner. So the proper name of the coronavirus family is Coronaviridae. The structure of the family is really confusing, but it's important in classifying different viruses together. So to give you an overview, the family breaks down into a total of 2 subfamilies, which divides into 5 genera, which further subdivides into 23 subgenera, and then further subdivides into 40 species. Side note, a species can have hundreds of strains or genetic variants, kind of like having lots of brothers and sisters. So you can imagine the family as a whole is really big. The common morphologies of the viruses in this family are that firstly, their core is made up of RNA, which is genetic material like DNA, and is used for making copies of itself. This RNA is protected inside a lipid or fatty layer called the viral envelope, and protruding out from the surface of the envelope are glycoprotein spike receptors. The fact of the day, it's actually these spikes that give the family its name, because when the first virus particles were seen under an electron microscope, they looked like they were surrounded by a halo or a crown, and the Latin word for that is corona. And you know these scientists, they just love their Latin words. So, different coronaviruses can attack and cause diseases in humans, animals, and birds. You may have heard of some of the major human diseases like SARS, MERS, and of course, COVID-19. Okay, before we go into overdrive with names of viruses and diseases, it's really important to understand and distinguish the virus from the disease, as they aren't the same thing, but really too often they get referred to as the same. So, a virus attacks cells of an organ or system. This is called an infection, and if the host can't fight this infection, this leads to the organ or system not working properly, or the cells dying, which is called a disease of that organ or system. This brings us nicely to talk about COVID-19. It sounds like something from Area 51, but actually it stands for Coronavirus Disease 2019, and is a disease of the respiratory system. The specific coronavirus, or we can say strain of coronavirus, that causes COVID-19 has a really nice and easy name, and is called Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome Coronavirus 2, or SARS-CoV-2. I know, it gets its imaginative name as it's a strain of the species SARS-CoV. What's that small r, I hear you ask? Well, it stands for related. This species actually has hundreds of different strains, with only 2 that affect humans, and SARS-CoV-2 is the newest and second strain discovered in late 2019, hence the 2. Okay, in the next episode, we will dive deeper into how viruses and SARS-CoV-2 spreads and attacks But to help give you an overview, the virus attacks the cells in the respiratory system and makes lots and lots of copies of itself. This triggers an immune response from your body, effectively making your respiratory system and lungs into a battleground. This inevitably means they don't work as well, hence the difficulty in breathing. As the fight continues, if your immune system can't win, it gets weakened, and so you can get attacked by other viruses and bacteria. This, coupled with a failing respiratory system, leads to some really serious consequences and possibly even death. Well, not to end on a dark note, but thanks for watching. I know this episode was a bit longer than others, but it's really important to make sure this crucial topic is correctly understood. Please do like and subscribe to see more episodes in the series and just general explainer videos. Comment below with any topics or questions or suggestions, and until next time, peace and good health.